which we knew he would. Obviously, with any young player, Mary Kay, there's going to be ups and downs, and I thought there were some really, really, really good moments. He'll keep learning from some of the plays that he wants back, but some really good moments.
What was supposed to happen on that last two-point conversion?
Yeah, not going to get into all the specifics, Jeff, but obviously did not go as we thought it would.
Why would you take him off?
Yeah, it's a two-point play. Didn't come through on our first two-point play. Got to the second two-point play, we didn't come through.
All right, NFL. It's really starting to get out of hand, and we really need answers for this damn inconsistency, bro. This is one of the most inconsistent sports I've ever watched in my life because we can't even decide what the hell a catch is, bro. I mean, damn. Look at this possession by Isaiah Likely. The man got the ball gripped tighter than Bart Simpson's neck. And you mean to tell me this isn't a catch? The man Isaiah Likely probably wears size 15. The man got two big-ass feet in the end zone. I'm talking about Godzilla prints in that motherfucker. And you mean to tell me it's not a catch? But hold on, this is where it really get funny. Had Lamar Jackson thrown that ball in the corner of the end zone, and Isaiah Likely would have got it, put 2 feet down, and stepped out of bounds, that would have been a touchdown. But you mean to tell me this man can take 2 moon leaps like he Neil Armstrong inside the end zone, drop the ball after that, and it's not a catch? Listen, man, I'm not even going to get on here and act like this is the reason why the Ravens lost, because the Ravens, they definitely had their faults in this game. But when you get a touchdown to take the lead, it's a whole different mentality. The momentum of the game shifts and all that. So this definitely, bruh, do better, NFL.
All right, man. I didn't watch the NFL yesterday, man, at all. But they gambling. I've been telling you that. That's what really turned me off about the NFL. You know, the NBA they probably still gambling, but for the NBA, it seemed like they kind of letting it be a little bit more physical now, and they understand why their TV ratings suck, and they trying to at least get back a little bit close to originality there. But there were some things I seen on social media. Town sent me the Baltimore Ravens catch. I think that might have been Isaiah Likely. Who else did I see? Shedeur Sanders getting pulled on the the extra point. And then the Raiders game, when they played the Broncos, whenever that happened, when the Raiders, the spread was 7.5, and the Raiders with like 9 seconds to go, kicked the field goal. So they, so they only lost by 7. Therefore, people who bet more than 7.5, who bet took the 7.5, you know what I'm saying? They had to at least win by 8. They won by 7. They couldn't cover the spread. And I told y'all that about the first Broncos and Raiders game. And I understand it's a division game and all that. The Raiders were supposed to blow them out. The Broncos were supposed to blow them out. The other game, the Broncos were supposed to blow them out. Right? They Super Bowl contenders. Even though I don't really care for the quarterback, he ass, but they Super Bowl contenders. And I told y'all, they gambling out there, man. This ain't no me. Y'all be thinking that it's just the players, it's just the mob. In my opinion, the leagues have a lot to do with this. The leagues, even before gambling was gambling, you look at the movie Casino and all, they've been doing shit like this. This is nothing new, bro. A lot of them, if you go on YouTube and you find out a lot of those mobsters and them old timers, they talk about it. But they talk about the Baltimore catch, that was a catch. It's 2 feet down. Whoever's saying it's 3 feet down, it's 2 feet down. It's 1 in college and it's 2 feet down in the professional ranks. He had 2 feet down, he caught it. It should have been a touchdown. It should have been a touchdown. Because at the end of the day, you can carry it across the goal line, and as long as he hit it's just they just making it hard to understand what a catch is and what a catch ain't. So I feel like it was touchdown. And I told y'all, man, they ain't gonna let no Lamar Jackson win no Super Bowl, bro. They ain't gonna let no Lamar Jackson win no fucking Super Bowl. It's gonna be over their dead body. How many people we heard say that they got it again. The refs had it against Allen Iverson in the league. It's all politics. You know, I did a video about Trey Burks, playing the NBA, played at Michigan. He said basically there's like Hollywood rituals, and there's rituals in, you know, in the NBA where they predetermine you got to do certain shit to be a superstar. And I have people in the comment section, well, you got to be able to. Everybody can play in the NBA, believe it or not. Everybody can play in the NBA. Everybody is phenomenal. You know how many great hoopers that's not even in the NBA that's phenomenal? Of course, a lot of them, if they sell their soul to be a broke Hollywood actor, you think they won't sell their soul in the NFL or NBA? Go watch that movie, Him. Go watch Him. There's probably a lot of truth in that movie to the matter, but you know, I look like Likely got some bad luck, boy. Fumbled at the goal line the other night. Kept doing that shit. Had the first game last year when they played Kansas City, not this season, but last season. Foot was barely out of bounds on the 2-point conversion. Was that a 2-point conversion or touchdown or whatever? That's some bad luck. And then the Cincinnati game, they gambling. Them 2 picks by Joe Burrow, they knew Cincinnati not going to make the playoffs. Them picks by Joe Burrows and the Bengals leading the game the whole time, and then Josh Allen break for a 40-yard touchdown. Then Burrow throw a pick on a little smoke screen, on a little screen. Then he throw another. They gambling. They can't have Joe Burrow and Josh Allen miss the playoffs. Especially when Lamar not gonna be in there, they gambling. And then also they said there was some more terrible calls in that Pittsburgh and Baltimore game. By the way, it was a bunch of them. They gambling. They predetermine who they want to win and not win the Super Bowl, bro. For the most part, I think a lot of times they let them get to the Super Bowl or certain games, and then when it's satisfactory enough or whatever, they allow them to play it out. I believe that's what the Super Bowl was last year. They cheated Kansas City way to the Super Bowl last year, and they let Philadelphia play them straight up. And when they played Philadelphia straight up, it wasn't no competition. They gambling. That Bengals game reeked of gambling. It reeked of Joe Burrow throwing that game, bro. It reeked of Cincinnati getting that call to fall down. And then you had the Raiders game, you know, where they kicked the field goal at the end. Like, who do that? You down 10 points. Who kick a field goal with 9 seconds left? Like, we trying to score a touchdown and kick the, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. With 9 seconds left, y'all go down there and kick a field goal to cover the spread? Come on, man. And then we know the onside kicks, it ain't as successful as it used to be, for the simple fact of now you got to tell them when you doing an onside kick because the way the new kick rules set up. So you can't do a surprise kick. Like, it's crazy, but yeah, that game, then the Shedeur game. And Cleveland could be just trying to, you know, get in position to get a quarterback. But you take Shedeur Sanders is on a true heater. 300+ yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, a touchdown, you know, rushing touchdown. He did throw a pick, I believe, over the middle. He didn't have to. But on 4th and 2nd, I mean, on the extra point, on the 2-point conversion, because I think they kept going for 2. I heard on the 2-point conversion, you take them out and run the Wildcat. And it was terribly executed. Terribly executed. So you take the ball out your best player, one of your best players' hands, and you do that. Now, they could be, you know, they could just be doing that for draft positioning. And if you're doing that for draft positioning, you're doing that for a quarterback. So, you know, Kevin Stefanski's job is probably good. You know, he probably got pulling power there. But he probably going to have the autonomy to pick his own quarterback. So don't be surprised if Shedeur Sanders ain't traded next year. And that'll probably be the best thing for Shedeur Sanders. That'll probably be the best thing for Shedeur Sanders. That'll probably be the best thing for him. Yep, that'll probably be the best thing for him. So, here's what it is, what it ain't. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.
I'm going to say it again. Kevin Stefanski must be fired. I'm going to say it again and again and again. Kevin Stefanski did not want Shedeur Sanders, didn't even want him in the 5th round. Kevin Stefanski has done everything in his power to keep Shedeur Sanders from succeeding in Cleveland as a 5th round pick against all odds. Even yanking Shedeur again for the potential tying 2-point conversion, going with the Wildcat. It was a disaster after Shedeur had shown again and again he's the answer in the red zone for the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders just played by far his best game as a pro. He just threw for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns and led the Browns in rushing and scored a rushing touchdown from 7 yards. Clutch, clutch, clutch.